Hey everyone, welcome back. It's September 28th, and trying to keep up with crypto this week.
It's been a lot, right?
It's felt like, trying to read while riding a roller coaster, honestly.
Yeah.
Between the market swings, political stuff, all the meme coin stuff, my head spinning. Thankfully, I've got an expert here with me to help make sense of it all. What do you say we dive right into this sack of crypto news and find the gold nuggets?
Let's do it. I think, it's really easy to get lost in all the noise out there, right? So we're here to kind of like zero in on what actually matters, the why behind all the crazy headlines.
Music to my ears. Let's jump right in with this CoinMarketCap newsletter. Pretty much sums up all the action for the week.
Sounds good. This
up, Bitcoin's up, which always brings a smile to my face.
Of course, yeah. But get this, Ethereum is up even more. So question is this a blip, or are we seeing like a shift in the trend?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
I don't know if I'd break out the champagne just yet, but there's definitely a sense of, cautious optimism, in the air.
Yeah.
Bitcoin going up is always, good for the market overall. But Ethereum breaking its, 6-month downtrend?
Yeah.
Now that's something to pay attention to. Could be a sign that things are starting to turn around a little bit.
Oh, okay. So that's promising, at least for those of us holding on to our Ethereum. But the newsletter also mentioned something about funding rates being high, which apparently could mean things might get a little volatile. I have to admit, that went kind of over my head a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's a little bit of a technical term. Yeah. Basically, imagine a bunch of traders borrowing money to bet on Ethereum continuing to go up, right? So these high funding rates essentially mean that there's a lot of borrowing going on, which can push the price up, really fast.
Right.
But if the mood changes, everyone rushes for the exit at the same time.
Oh, boy.
It can get a little messy, to say the least.
So hold on to your hats, Ethereum holders. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
It might be, yeah. And, that just makes it even more important to understand what's really going on, the forces at play here, which kind of brings us to, the wild world of politics, because even the politicians decided to join the crypto party this week.
Oh, yeah. This is where things get a little juicy. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump both made some crypto moves this week.
I know, right?
What's your take on that?
It is interesting, isn't it, to see such different political figures, engaging with the crypto world.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, you've got Kamala Harris kind of like doubling down on her support for, all things blockchain, even promising to make the U.S. a leader in, digital assets if she gets elected.
Which is a pretty big deal. I mean, that's a huge endorsement for the whole space, right?
Absolutely. That kind of support from a major political figure, it can really influence investment, innovation. Yeah. And then on the, other side of the spectrum, you've got, Donald Trump, who, he hasn't always been the biggest Bitcoin fan, suddenly using the Lightning Network to pay for a bar tab.
Talk about a plot twist. Almost makes you want to grab a drink and see what happens next.
Right. But hey, beyond all the political theater and everything, there were some actually fascinating updates from some crypto projects this week.
Okay. 3
in particular, I think, caught my eye.
Let's hear it. I'm ready for some good news.
All right. So first up, we've got Bitensor, or as it's also known in the crypto world, TAO.
Oh.
And they just achieved a major breakthrough in something called, get this, distributed AI training.
Okay, now that sounds a tad intimidating, I have to admit.
Yeah.
What does that even mean, in plain English?
Basically, they found a way to train AI models, but across a whole decentralized network of computers. So it's not just, one company controlling it all.
Right.
But here's why it matters. Imagine, being able to access, incredibly powerful AI,
right,
but without having to rely on these big tech companies.
Right.
That's the promise of what Bitensor is doing. And they're even talking about EVM smart contract support.
Okay.
There's basically, a way for developers to kind of plug and play with this technology and build all sorts of new applications.
Hold on. This sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Right.
But it's actually happening right now.
It is. It's happening right now. This is just the beginning. Then we have Mantra. And Mantra is a platform that's all about kind of bringing those real-world assets to the blockchain. Remember we were talking about RWAs earlier?
RWAs, right. Those tokenized real-world assets. So what? I can buy a piece of a building using crypto?
Exactly. Imagine, owning a fraction of a rental property.
Okay.
With just a few clicks. And thanks to smart contracts, your share of the rent, boom, automatically paid out to you every go. It's a whole new way to invest in real estate, and Mantra is trying to, make it a reality.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty mind-blowing when you actually think about the possibilities there. What else is on your radar?
Well, Cardano is making waves with their first ever gold-backed token
Oh, wow.
called Kinka Gold.
A gold-backed crypto. That's a new one.
It was intriguing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not just some, small-time operation either.
Right.
This token is backed by a major player in the Cardano ecosystem, and get this, a prominent Japanese financial company. We're talking serious institutional backing.
Okay, so this isn't just some meme coin trying to ride the, gold hype wave. What does
Yeah.
this mean for Cardano, in the long run?
Well, I think it brings a level of legitimacy to Cardano that honestly could attract a lot more traditional investors.
Yeah.
When you've got these established financial institutions getting involved like this, it really boosts confidence and it can lead to much wider adoption.
Right.
It's like building a bridge between, the traditional financial world and the crypto world,
Yeah, it seems like little by little, crypto is building that bridge, brick by brick.
I think so, yeah.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, can we at least acknowledge the elephant in the room? Or should I say the meme coin in the room?
Ah, yes, the meme coins. Can't ignore them, can we?
I mean, PopCat hitting $1 billion market cap.
Great.
Nero, skyrocketing thousands of percent overnight. It's enough to make your head spin.
It is the Wild West out there, that's for sure. And it's all driven by, pure hype and speculation. Fun to watch from the sidelines, maybe. But just remember, for every Dogecoin that, makes it big, there are hundreds of others that just kind of fade away.
So proceed with caution, everyone. Don't let the fear of missing out make you do something that you regret later.
Right.
There's more to the crypto world than just chasing those meme coin pumps and dumps.
Yeah.
Speaking of, what about DeFi? That's where a lot of the real innovation is happening, right?
Oh, absolutely. While all the attention is on, meme coins and, the market swings and everything,
Right.
DeFi is kind of, quietly building the future of finance over here.
Okay, I have to be honest, though. Sometimes I get a little lost in the DeFi weeds, I will admit. Can you break down some of the key developments for us this week, just from,
Sure, yeah.
high level?
Absolutely. First up, we have Stacks. Now, Stacks is a platform that lets developers build DeFi apps, but on top of Bitcoin.
Okay.
And they're gearing up for a major upgrade, actually, next month.
So upgrades, new launches, it seems like this DeFi space is constantly evolving.
Constantly.
Which is good and bad, I'm sure.
Right. That's the thing, yeah. So this upcoming Stacks upgrade, it's all about making it easier for developers to build even more powerful DeFi applications.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, it's all happening on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Oh, wow.
Then we have Core. Now, Core is another one. It's a Bitcoin-focused DeFi platform, and it's actually seeing some really massive growth thanks to something called the Colon Protocol.
Colon Protocol. Now, that name rings a bell. What's so special about that?
So basically, it's a lending and borrowing platform in the simplest terms.
Okay.
It's becoming incredibly popular, and the fact that it's built on Core, which is secured by the Bitcoin blockchain, it makes it very, very appealing to people who are looking for, a bit more security, a little more stability in the DeFi space.
Right.
And then last but not least, we have Ethena. Ethena is a project, and they are planning to launch a new type of stablecoin on the Ethereum blockchain.
Okay, stable coins. Now, those are supposed to be like the less volatile, more predictable part of the crypto world, right? Like a digital dollar, but, living on the blockchain.
Exactly. So here's where it gets interesting. Ethena's stablecoin will be backed by BlackRock's tokenized BIDL fund.
Hold on, BlackRock, as in the biggest asset manager on the planet, BlackRock.
That's the one.
Wow. Okay, now that's what I call a major endorsement.
It's significant for sure.
Yeah.
When you have a financial heavyweight like BlackRock dipping their toes into the DeFi pool, it really shows that decentralized finance is gaining some serious traction.
Yeah, so while the meme coins are grabbing all the headlines, it's these DeFi projects that are kind of quietly building the future, huh?
I think so, yeah. That's where the real utility is. That's where the innovation is happening.
And it seems like even Visa wants a piece of the action.
They do. This is the news I was mentioning earlier.
Okay.
Remember we were talking about Mantra and the potential of, tokenized real-world assets.
Yeah, tokenized real estate, buying a piece of property with crypto. I'm still, trying to wrap my head around that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, get this. Visa just launched something called VTP, which stands for Visa Tokenized Asset Platform.
Okay, so Visa getting involved. Now that is big.
Big time.
Yeah.
What is VTP? Basically, it's a platform that allows, banks and financial institutions to issue their own digital assets on the blockchain. Imagine it, tokenized fiat currencies, stable coins backed by like actual commodities, all running on Visa's network.
So it's like bringing the stability and that familiarity of these traditional assets into the crypto world, but with all the,
The efficiency. Yeah.
the efficiency and the security of blockchain technology.
Exactly.
Very interesting. I love these deep dives. It's like getting a sneak peek into the future of finance and everything.
It is. It's pretty cool.
But with all this innovation happening so quickly, are there increased risks too? I know the newsletter mentioned a hack this week.
Yeah. Unfortunately, security is always going to be a concern, in the crypto world. The BingX exchange, they were targeted this week.
Okay.
And yeah, they ended up losing over $26 million
Oh, wow.
worth of various altcoins.
Ouch. That's a hefty price tag. A good reminder that, no system is foolproof,
Oh,
right?
Exactly. It just highlights,
Yeah.
how important it is to choose exchanges that have a good reputation and, strong security measures are essential.
Right.
And just, stay informed.
Stay vigilant. Yeah.
Yeah, stay vigilant. Exactly. It's, it's a wild world out there.
Well said. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. Everything from, market trends and these political surprises to groundbreaking projects, even free crypto.
I know, right? It's never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. Crypto never sleeps. Where does it all leave us? I mean, what are your final thoughts on this wild week in crypto?
I think the overarching theme here is what, like I said earlier, it's cautious optimism.
Right.
There's, a lot of potential out there, a lot of potential for positive change, but there are also risks.
Of course. Yeah.
That we need to be aware of. So I don't know. I think it's a time for informed exploration. Don't be afraid to dive in, learn, explore the different corners of this crazy, exciting space. But just, always do your research and remember that any investment comes with its own set of risks. So just be smart about it.
Well said. And remember that thought-provoking question we posed earlier. If you could tokenize any real-world asset, what would it be? What doors would that open for you?
It's something to ponder, right? As we continue to navigate this ever-evolving world of crypto.
Absolutely.
Until next time, happy exploring.
A lot of potential for positive change, but also, risks to be aware of.
Right. Got to watch your step out there, definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we haven't talked much about like the fundraising side of crypto this week. This CoinMarketCap newsletter is like packed with news about VCs pouring money into all sorts of projects.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone's still like betting big on the future of crypto, right?
Hey, they absolutely are. Yeah, it's really interesting to see and actually really encouraging, I think.
Because venture capitalists, they're kind of known for having their finger on the pulse of, innovation. So when they're opening their wallets like this, it shows a very strong belief in the long-term potential of a lot of these projects.
So it's not just about the price of Bitcoin going up and down. It's real investment in the technology and, the potential to change the world.
That's exactly it.
Right.
And we saw some, serious money flowing into some really fascinating projects this week.
Yeah, like who?
One that caught my eye was Initia.
Okay.
They're building like a more scalable, interconnected blockchain ecosystem, and they just raised $14 million.
Okay.
At a $350 million valuation.
Wow. Okay, that's not chump change. That's serious money.
Yeah, that's a serious vote of confidence from some serious investors.
Yeah, for sure. Who else is like getting the attention of these crypto whales,
Another interesting one is Amino Chain. And they're focused on kind of a niche area called decentralized science, or DeSci for short.
DeSci. Okay, that's a new one for me. So we're talking about like using blockchain to revolutionize science itself.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's all about, using this technology to make scientific research way more open.
Yeah.
Transparent, accessible. Like imagine a world where researchers can easily like collaborate and share data. No more silos, everything's open. Could really accelerate the pace of, discovery.
Yeah.
That's the promise of DeSci.
It sounds, I don't know, incredibly ambitious. Is anyone actually like pulling this off?
Well, the Amino Chain is making some serious moves in that direction. And get this, they just secured $5 million in seed funding with backing from A16Zs.
Okay, so if A16Zs is involved, it's got to be something, right?
They've got a knack for picking winners, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, their involvement is a major signal boost, I think, for Amino Chain and really for the whole DeSci movement. And it's not just startups that are attracting all this attention either.
Right.
Celestia, which is focused on creating like a more scalable data availability layer for blockchains, they raised a cool $100 million this week.
$100 million, good for them.
Yeah, so whether it's a scrappy startup or, kind of an established player, it seems like these groundbreaking crypto projects are still getting the support they need to, keep pushing the boundaries.
It's good to see. But it's not all about, watching big money pour in from the sidelines, right? Like there are ways for everyday people to kind of get involved and potentially, benefit from all this innovation happening.
Absolutely, yeah. Airdrops have become a really, really interesting part of, the whole crypto ecosystem, kind of giving everyone a chance to get a piece of the action.
Right. For those who maybe don't know, airdrops are basically like, free samples of crypto. Like projects will just give away their tokens to users a lot of times just to raise awareness or reward early adopters.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not always totally free. You usually have to meet certain criteria to be eligible.
Right.
Like holding a certain cryptocurrency or maybe, interacting with a specific platform. But
yeah,
it can be a great way, I think, for a lot of people to kind of dip their toes into some new projects, potentially, ride the wave if it takes off.
Right. And it seems like everyone and their grandma is doing airdrops these days.
It's true. They're everywhere.
This newsletter has like a whole section just dedicated to them.
Yeah, they're definitely becoming more and more popular. And this week we saw Eigenlayer, which is a project that's all about like, blockchain security and staking.
Okay.
They announced like season 2 of their airdrop, which is creating quite a buzz in the Benny.
It's free crypto. Who doesn't love free crypto? What other airdrops are like turning heads?
Let's see. Hamster Combat. So Hamster Combat is this blockchain-based gaming platform, and they're getting ready for their own airdrop, giving away their HMSTR token. But they've actually had to get a little stricter because, get this, they had to crack down on over 2 million accounts that were trying to game the system to like get more tokens.
2 million. Wow.
People were going crazy. I guess you could say they were taking the hamster wheel to a whole new level.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It seems like there's never a dull moment in this space.
Never a dull moment. And then last but not least, we have Layer 0. Now, Layer 0 is a big name, especially in kind of the cross-chain interoperability space.
Okay.
And they're actually wrapping up their season 1 airdrop. So, yeah.
So with all these airdrops happening, it really does seem like there are just like endless opportunities for, people who are into crypto to kind of get in on the ground floor of some potentially, really cool projects.
It's like a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
But just like with any investment, you gotta do your research right. Make sure you understand what you're getting into and, only invest what you can afford to lose.
Wise words. Wise words. So we've covered market trends, political intrigue, groundbreaking projects. We've got free crypto.
That's a lot, right?
That's a lot. Is there anything we missed?
You know what? There was one like kind of small piece of news that I don't know if it really got the attention it deserved, but it has the potential to be, I think, absolutely huge.
Okay, now you've got me on the edge of my seat. Lay it on us.
So remember how we were talking about Mantra?
Mantra, yep.
And their whole push to bring real-world assets, onto the blockchain.
Wait, this involves tokenized real estate, right? Tell me everything.
You know it. Remember how we were talking about Mantra and their whole push to bring real-world assets onto the blockchain? Well, Visa just threw their hat in the ring in a big way with the launch of their Visa Tokenized Asset Platform, or VTAP for short.
Hold on, Visa's getting into the tokenized asset game. That's huge. What does that even mean? Are we going to be buying houses with our Visa card soon?
Not quite with your Visa card yet, but this is a big step in that direction.
Yeah.
Basically, VTAP is a platform that allows banks and financial institutions to issue their own digital assets on the blockchain. Think tokenized versions of traditional assets, things like fiat currencies, bonds, or even commodities, all backed by the security and transparency of blockchain technology.
So it's like taking these traditional assets and giving them a digital upgrade for the crypto age.
Exactly. And because it's Visa we're talking about, they have the global reach and infrastructure to make these tokenized assets accessible to a much wider audience. This could be a game changer for adoption.
This is why I love diving deep into these topics. We're witnessing the future of finance unfold in real time. But with all this innovation happening so quickly, it makes you wonder, are there also increased risks? The newsletter did mention a pretty significant hack this week.
That's right. Unfortunately, security is an ongoing challenge in the crypto space. The BingX exchange was targeted, and they lost over $26 million worth of various cryptocurrencies.
Ouch. That's a stark reminder that even with all the progress being made, security is still a major concern.
Absolutely. It highlights how important it is to choose reputable exchanges, enable strong security measures on your accounts, and stay informed about potential vulnerabilities. It's a wild world out there, and not everyone plays by the rules.
Well said. Okay, so let's recap. We've got markets showing signs of life, political heavyweights making their crypto moves, groundbreaking projects attracting serious funding, and even opportunities for everyday people to get involved with airdrops. It's clear that the crypto world is never boring. As we wrap up this deep dive, what are your final thoughts for our listeners?
I'd say the overarching theme is one of cautious optimism. There's a lot of potential for positive change, but also risks to be aware of. It's a time for informed exploration, Don't be afraid to dive in, learn, and explore the different corners of this exciting space, but always do your research and remember that every investment comes with its own set of risks.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And remember that thought-provoking question we posed earlier. If you could tokenize any real-winning asset, what would it be? What doors would that open for you? It's something to ponder as we navigate this ever-evolving world of crypto. Till next time, happy exploring.